Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a few weeks, but I'm here today because I feel drawn to um, an energy surrounding um, you, surrounding me. And I feel like in this collective message, there is somebody who is resonating with this feeling of um, fear. For some of you, it's fear. For some of you, it is the unknown or fear of the unknown, and impatience, exhaustion, feeling a little guarded, like guarded as in afraid to look around you, um, maybe just staying in your own safe haven, wherever that is, whatever that means to you. Before we begin, let's take a moment to breathe and to thank Spirit for these beautiful messages, this energy that surrounds all of us. Whatever it is that's coming through, thank you to our guides for helping us understand what this is, why, and what we're going to do about it, right? So, thank you, Spirit, for being here with us. Thank you for giving me the gift to be a messenger, and I'm thankful to be able to deliver these messages and healing words of wisdom from Spirit to all of you. Okay, so I woke up this morning, and I'm sorry if this looks like it's lopsided, it probably is. But I woke up this morning feeling very it's interesting because the feeling that I got was that some of you are feeling kind of at the end of your rope, okay? And it could be something, it could be anything in your life. It could be your job. It could be gas prices. It could be anything, right? And so if Spirit wants me to get more specific with that, I will. But I want to tell you that I've been feeling my own energy, but someone else's too. And it might be some of you. But I've been feeling a bit... I don't want to necessarily say the word is trapped, but I think some of you do feel trapped in some situation, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting to find a way to move forward, but you haven't received any guidance on that yet. That's what I feel, okay? And I know one person in particular has been feeling this way, so, but there's more than that. There's more. It's some of you are feeling very much like you're getting inklings of some kind of change coming in. And I feel like for some of you, you've been feeling into what this change might be, or you've been feeling into what you would like to see changed in your life, but you haven't made a move on anything with that. And so Spirit is here to say, you've got protection, and some of you still don't believe that if you make a move, you'll be fine. But you do. And I feel like there is, it's like this energy of, and why am I hearing Sagittarius? Okay. So I feel like there's an energy of adventure. You're just tired of the same old. And within your own heart, within your own inner dialogue, you know that it's trying to whisper to you. It's trying to tell you, it's time to move on, let go. Yes, there's sentiment, and there will be. And I feel like for some of you, it's in your career, there's a loyalty, a dedication to someone that you really have had this sort of up and down relationship with. internally within yourself, and it's like you like them, but yet and you're loyal, but yet you don't like some of the things they do. You don't like maybe the company or the way the corporate politics, if it's corporate. Some of you just don't, it's not fitting within you. Like, if it doesn't resonate with what your soul resonates with, so it's not satisfying anymore. Something changed. I woke up this morning and saw a big fat 5, number 5, in my visual, in my head, in my spirit. I felt it, I heard it, I saw it. Change is imminent. And this is nothing new, guys. We go through changes all the time in our lives. Spirit just wants you to know that your angels, your guides are here with you. In the background, you see a very abstract painting. And it's interesting because when I started out on this canvas, I started painting something and it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. And so I had to put it aside for a day or two. And when I came back to it, I knew why. This painting has a meaning. It's a little bit obscure. I'm sorry. Abstract isn't meant to be anything perfect. It's not meant to be straight lines. It's not meant to be. Abstract is meant to be sort of imperfect, right? And when I was feeling called to do this painting, at first I thought to myself, this isn't me. This isn't my style, but it works. For some reason, I just really want to do this. And so the painting that you see here is a abstract. You can make of it what you want. I started out with an abstract city at night with the moon shining bright. But here's the thing. So it's fitting with this message because it's what's in front of you right now is sort of, it's abstract. You can't quite make out the clarity. You can't quite make out exactly or pinpoint what it is that's coming for you, what you should be doing. And so Spirit says, you know what, listen, it's okay. You don't need to know every detail right now. But I feel like some of you are blocking some of the signs because you're scared, you're tired, you're just like maybe even doubting, is anything going to come in for me in any direction? And I feel like you take part in that too. You have to let go of, and it's not easy, but you have to let go of those fears of the unknown and just kind of float in the abyss of faith. And so Spirit is here to say, yeah, there is a beautiful new direction that you're headed in. And you may not know the venue. You may not know what city, what country, what state. You may not know where that is right now. It may be in your own city, country, or state that you're going to stay, but something else is changing. You see, the moon that comes out here, and I'm looking at the moon here, is going to reveal something. But I feel like whatever that something is, it's, when I say the moon is going to reveal something, I mean the energy of that. The moon in tarot represents something that has been hidden, or also I believe that the moon itself with the energy is so directly aligned with all of us. And I do believe that something will be revealed to you, okay? But you have to do your part, and you have to open that gate, okay? That gate of fear, open the floodgates, right? So open the gate to allow these changes to come in, allow the universe to show you, allow your soul to speak, okay? I'm going to actually use these cards. I haven't used them in a while. Sacred Destiny. I like to use the cards for clarity, for confirmation, and I feel like they're so relevant. It amazes me every time because it matches the energy, whatever I'm picking up on. All right. So first of all, Spirit says, we promise, your guides promise, your divine creator promises you security. Okay? We promise you security. But you have to let go and open that door to the universe, to your own body, mind, spirit connection. Okay? Because I feel like it's sort of like you're really getting tired and maybe grumpy and just tired of whatever situation it is that you're in, and you're not feeling secure in it. But Spirit says, look, you're secure. We're here for you. Just focus your attention on faith in yourself, faith in your guides, faith in all. Okay? Some of you have been learning along the way for years, sort of lessons and the old karmic energy sort of falling away. And for some of you, it's falling away in small pieces. And so when I explain old karma or karmic energy, I mean things that affected you in your path growing up or going through life that played a huge part in your life. For some of you, I know firsthand that some of you went through some things that weren't pleasant. But I feel like you're unlearning some of those things that you were taught, whether subconsciously or consciously. And so you had to go kind of like a ball of yarn that had to unravel, right? But for some of you, it was slow going, unraveling those pieces, those layers. But I feel like there was resistance there in unraveling them because I'm not a therapist. I'm really not a professional here, but I can tell you from experience that some people need to take it very slow when you unravel things because it reveals pain and it reveals things that you don't want to acknowledge or experience. Okay, you don't want to relive something maybe. And so Spirit says this is time. It's time to focus on the security of, free falling into that abyss of faith. All right, because a lot of things take time because I know from the perspective of grief, it's been over 2 years since my son was killed, and it takes time to heal, to get past certain stages in your grieving path, in your grieving journey, and so it takes time, and so unlearning certain things in your history, maybe growing up, things that were toxic in your home growing up, it takes time to unload those. Okay, that's what I'm going to say with that. I do feel that for a lot of you, this is sort of like a homecoming, is what I'm hearing. It's a homecoming to the authentic you that you are meant to be. Okay, and with that, see, I got the purity card and the blessings card. And so what comes on the heels of that purity, when you purify, and guys, listen, in regards to purity, peeling away of layers and letting the toxic energy go to be replaced with beautiful new energy. That's what Spirit means when Spirit says purity here, okay? So you're leaving behind things that are harming your future, are harming you now. And it was maybe old beliefs. It may be old beliefs. It may be the influence someone had on you growing up. It could be the influence a teacher had on you that wasn't pleasant, or made you feel like you were little, you were small, you weren't significant. But on the heels of shedding of those layers comes blessings, okay? And so I feel like with these blessings coming in, I feel like with each hurdle, like shedding of toxic energy or whatever it was that was in your life that affected you, held you down, or sort of dampened or darkened your light, whatever that is, whatever it was, I don't feel like there's going to be tears over that anymore, or anguish, or even thoughts of whoever it was that affected you, a person, whatever it was. I feel like the thoughts are going to be fading too. And like in grief, when you lose someone, just because you don't focus on the event that happened that was stressful to you, doesn't mean, like for me, I was worried that that the memories, excuse me, okay, that the memories were going to fade. And that I wasn't going to remember. Sorry. Okay. So I was worried that I wasn't going to remember my loved one. Okay, bear with me. I just have to compose myself. However, that's not the case going forward in your life with moving forward. You'll always remember the good things, right? But Spirit's saying, going forward, this toxic energy, whatever it was, is being removed. Because you can't keep doing this. You have to move forward. Or your light is going to dim so much that you're going to be in this abyss of stifling energy. And that's not what your guides want for you. That's not what your soul wants for you. Okay? All right. My apologies for losing my composure. But anyways, moving forward. Spirit says, the reason why I have all the healing stones here is because there's a lot of healing energy here for all of us. Okay, it's time to heal, and the universe, your creator, your angels, your guides, and loved ones that have passed on. Everybody is sort of gathering around you, and they're like, okay, enough. I can't stand to see you like this anymore. I need this change for you. If you only knew what was coming, what you can do for yourself to make yourself happy, as well, you would jump on that and you wouldn't be afraid anymore. And so I'm going to, where's my cards? Here they are. I'm going to ask Spirit for another piece of advice or whatever direction, whatever message they want for us in this Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards. Okay, that's John Holland, just so you know. He's great. But I feel like there's a coming together of something that you really didn't know was coming. Okay, it's a coming together of something. And it's, I feel like this is I'm just going to say like it is, what I'm hearing this time around. It's different. It's lasting. It's guided. It's not only a blessing, it is destiny, it is fate, okay? And so you have to detach from something. And all you have to do is be willing to have faith and let go of something, whatever that is. I've known people that have held on to um, the memory of a past lover or a spouse or a significant other or partner that has passed on, and they can't seem to move on with their life. And it's great when you love someone that much that your whole life is intertwined with that person because you've either been soulmates or you've been whatever. But Spirit says just because you let go of something that was in another chapter doesn't mean you'll ever let go of the love in your heart for that person or whatever it was. And I feel as if for some of you that has been a roadblock. I know someone in particular that has done that, and this person sort of almost barricaded herself in her home, surrounded by everything that was her partner, and she hasn't. I was amazed by that because she wouldn't do things that were not part of who they were before, and it just, I felt so bad for her all the time because she would just be willing to stay in that. And so Spirit is trying to say here, just because you detach doesn't mean that you lose all the memories or the good things. You're detaching from another chapter in your life in order to move forward to something new. A lot of us have been going through balance, learning lessons to bring in balance in our lives, and that's what's been happening here. That's what's happening. There has to be balance in your thoughts, I'm hearing. There has to be balance in your thoughts because the universe is the universe will give you what you focus on, right? If you're feeling it and you truly believe that you can never move on and you're stuck forever where you are, then I really truly believe that whatever your path is going forward, it's going to be delayed by great amounts. And so we have to be able to open our mind and our hearts and let ourselves let go of things in our lives that have held us back, okay? And maybe not even intentionally, but maybe it's more of a, you get stuck in this place where you feel comfortable. That's all you know. And so you just stay and stay in that energy. And there's so much more out there. So much more. Let me just ask Spirit what else, what other advice your guides have for you. I'm hearing and seeing a tricycle, and I'm seeing an overprotective parent maybe that doesn't want their, okay, so I'm seeing a child eager to get on this tricycle to learn how to ride a little bicycle, right? A tricycle. But I'm feeling that energy of security on that tricycle and keeping all of the what do they have on tricycles? The back two tires and one in the front, and that's stability. So I feel like some of you are afraid to advance past that stage to get up and put your big boy or big girl boots on and move forward into a more independent situation. as a child would graduate from a tricycle to a bicycle, from 3 wheels to 2 wheels, because they have faith in themselves now and that they can do this, right? Without that extra assistance. Or without that extra wheel there. Now they have to rely on themselves to keep themselves upright as they're riding their bicycle. And I feel like for whatever reason, the bike that I'm seeing is the color red. And I don't know if that has significance to you, but to me it does. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're afraid to move past to the next level because you know what you have right now. You know where you've been. You know what that was. You don't know what's coming. But action. So it looks like there is some action coming. But I'm hearing on your behalf. So I feel like for some of you, some of you have been wanting to move forward. But like I said, you were kind of stuck in that energy of fear and not knowing what's coming up. So you'd rather just stay with what you know. But there's action coming. The universe, something's coming to kind of clear the path so you can move forward. And it's almost like it's nothing you're going to do to cause it. It's just your path. Your path is leading you to something else, okay? To something new. And don't fear this path because it's not like, like the universe is going to take you home and you're going to live on the street. It's not like that. This change is something significant within yourself to move you forward into something new. I feel like some of you are moving out of state. You're moving out of where you are. And it's a pretty good distance away from where you are. I feel like you're literally physically moving. And you're leaving behind what you knew. But what you're going into is something I feel it's more intellectual, it's more activity. I feel it's healthier, it's bear with me because what I feel here coming in is it's like a ocean breeze almost. It's like this energy from the universe saying, here you go. I'm going to make this happen for you, and don't be afraid because this is in your best interest, okay? This reading here, I don't necessarily feel like these changes are... This isn't a career-themed message, though for some of you it could mean that, yeah, your company's moving and so you decide to take the package and go with them. But I feel like this is more of you closing the door behind you and traveling lightly, only taking with you the beautiful things that came from the past, right? The other stuff is sort of like the other stuff is it can't go with you, right? It can't. It just can't go with you into something successful in the future. So the delight card comes in, the bird, right? The energy of the birds flying. If you look at birds, they seem to effortlessly fly, and it always amazes me how they do that. And so Spirit is saying it's time to fly. It's time to take flight. See all the other birds in the background? It's time to take flight. It's time to not necessarily join the crowd, but go on your own flight, okay? That's what I'm feeling here with this. And yes, it's comfortable where you are, but if you sit, you're sort of like, if this bird sits for too long in the grass, I mean, he could be prey. So he'll move, or she, and so I feel like that's kind of what the feeling I get here from this energy is. It's time to take flight. It's time to go. Okay? Um, and you'd be surprised that when you let go and you give the universe permission to just bring in what it is that you truly want and not be afraid of what that is. It's interesting because when we put an intention out there and we say what we want, I want this, beautiful home. I want this beautiful life where I have more than enough money to pay my bills and have money left over for myself, for my family, for my future, for their future type of thing. We don't always think about the path to get to that point. So the universe brings in something that's why it feels like it's unexpected, because we didn't think that through. We asked for something and the universe said, okay, if you really believe that and you feel it, I'm going to give it to you, and more probably. But the steps to get there, we sometimes forget. We asked for this. And so there's where that disconnect is with the faith in what it, the steps to get to where we need to be, and the and then we feel frustrated or scared because we didn't realize at the time how much time it could take. We didn't realize what things had to happen or what towers had to fall or any of that before towers falling. And let me clarify that. The tower moment where the universe says, okay, here's something in your path that you need to fix this and learn this lesson first before you can move forward to your manifestation. Because there's certain things that you can't take with you, okay? But so there is a journey involved in this manifestation, right? And it's not a punishment. This whole journey is lessons. It's learning, it's growing, it's growth along the way. And as I say that, I feel like it's this rose. If you look at a time lapse of a rose opening up and you see that it's just a bud and then it opens slightly more and more and more and more and more and more, and inside, it's deep inside is that deep color at the heart and core, that's you, at your heart and soul. You're allowing yourself to open up, okay, and to be exposed, to allow the universe to bring in whatever it was you were manifesting, whatever it is that you want. So I truly believe in the power of manifestation, the power of bringing in those things that you want, but you have to be a big part of that. We can't just give up and say, I have faith in you, universe. I have faith in my divine creator. Just throw it in my lap and I'll be happy. We have to work for some of that. We have to allow ourselves to open up and to allow the universe to bring in those things for us. And so don't get me wrong, I believe in miracles. I do believe things can come in and just really take us to, take us into like some other chapter, or something beautiful happens where it's like, oh my God, I didn't expect to win this much money on the lottery or something or whatever. But we're a huge part of that. We are manifestors. We are manifestation. So to bring into our lives and to manifest something in the eyes of our divine creator, it's nothing. It's like, okay. But to us, it seems like a big hurdle because we don't understand why it takes time for some things. But we do have to do our part. And so here, Spirit says, for some of you, the healing is beginning. There's a new beginning because you've been healing along the way, right? The healing begins. For some of you, you're now coming out from behind the shadows to view the world, to expose yourself to the world, right? And so That's what I feel with this card. It's like you're no longer hiding behind the security of those curtains, afraid of what someone might think of you, or afraid of what someone might judge you for an idea you have, or a new entrepreneurial experience. And so you're coming out from behind those shadows. You're opening up to you. This is what I feel. This is what I get for you. And Spirit says, this is why I put this crown out. Put on your crown. My beautiful king, my beautiful queen, my beautiful you. Okay? Doesn't have to be segregated by female or male. Just you. Because you're an energetic being of love and light. And you're here. And while you're here, we want you to grow, to thrive, to be abundant, to be wealthy if that's what you want, to be in top shape if that's what you want, to have a beautiful home. But at the core of everything, and most importantly, what your guides want for you, is to be happy at the core, heart and soul. And everything else will be that much better. Again, with the blessings that come in for you. And so, everyone, I just want to do one more card here because I feel like it's significant. And then I'm going to wrap it up for you all, okay? I just love this. I miss it. I love it. And I just want to be here with you guys always. But as life is, I have a life outside of this. And I feel that this is part of my life purpose. So I'm happy to share that with you. So Spirit says, listen to your heart. Listen to this message. Listen to the signs, the guidance, and let yourself open up, okay? All right. There's a whole new world out there for you. With that, I'm going to close this message, and I wish you all a very beautiful day and week ahead. I'll be back at some point when Spirit guides me and when I feel the energy is right. And until then, keep that crown on your head, because you are the master of your destiny. You are an influencer in your own path, in your own energy. And you are a teammate with the universe, with your divine creator, with your guides. Work in tandem with that energy, and all will be well. I love you all, and until next time, have a beautiful day.